Hello everyone and welcome back. This is the final video of our playlist where we build our Android blocks app from scratch. Today we won't be doing any coding, but we will add new blocks to our GitHub repository and you will see how they automatically appear in our app. Now let's go ahead and add some new blocks to our GitHub repository. And here we have our GitHub repository. First let's go to our images and I will upload few more images which we will use to our new blogs. These three images and commit these changes. And here we have three more images in our images folder. First let's go to our blogs folder and here we will add more blogs. So this fourth block we just added for temporarily. But let's update this. Click on this edit this file and I'm going to paste different content. And here is the content of our fourth blog. This blog is on the brief history of Android. And here let's also add the image, this Android. Use exclamation mark and square bracket for alternate text. And here use the link. And now if we see the preview, and here we have our blog with an image. And let's commit these changes. Next, I will add the fifth blog. And here paste the content of fifth blog and go to the preview tab. And here we have a nice blog on layouts in Jetpack Compose with some images. So these two images I have not added from that images folder, but these images I have just added the link from some website which are hosting these images. And it's looking quite good. So commit these changes. Now let's add next blog. Paste the content. And here we have one blog on this why Google shift from Java to Kotlin. And here let's also use that image. Just copy this link and we just need to change the image name. And the image name we have this Kotlin versus Java.jpg. And see the preview. And here we have image also in our blog. And these blocks I have generated from the ChatGPT. And some of these thumbnail images I have created myself. Some of them are generated through the image generator. And add one more block. So this will be our next block, data types in Kotlin. And here let's not use any image, just the plain text. So now we have 7 blocks. Next thing, we need to make the entry in our JSON file because from there these blocks content will be fetched. And open the edit mode. And here we have the fourth blog entry, but we have updated the fourth blog. Let's open it in the new tab. And this blog is on this brief history of Android. Let me title it Evolution of Android, a brief history. And the blog content will be this blog 4, but the image we are going to use android.jpg and copy it and paste it again and update this ID to 5. And next block we have, let's see, on this layouts in Jetpack Compose, a beginner's guide. Let's use the same title. For the thumbnail of this blog, just search on the Google image this Jetpack Compose and from here we can use some image. So let's use this image. Just right click and copy image address. And here we can use this thumbnail URL. But let's also search this URL and we are not getting the image. Here is the actual URL. So let's copy it. Now we can use it here. But here if you are using image from some other source, then you need to consider one thing, that in future if that source deleted that image from its database, then we are also not getting that image because we are just using the URL of that particular image, because we don't have actually image in our repository. So let's also update this to 5 and copy it. This will be the 6th. And open the 6th block and we can use the same title. Update this to 6 and we need to use this image, so we can simply copy the URL from here itself. Now let's make the last entry. And for this I have image with the name datatypes.jpg. And now commit these changes and click this raw button. Here we can check the images by hovering the mouse, and all these links are correct and other entries are also correct. And here we have our app, so let's open it and we can see the latest blocks are coming first and we have 7 blocks now. So let's check out these blocks. And here we have our first block looking nicely formatted. And here we have set the second block. Here we are not getting this image. So let me check the repository and check out our block on layouts. But we are getting this image here. I think the reason is this image is in the SVG format. So here the reason is this image I have added of this column row box is of type SVG. But here the GitHub Markdown processor is processing this SVG image also. But on our Android, I think the library doesn't support this SVG format. Here the solution is we can download this image and convert into any other simple formats like PNG, JPG, and we can add to our GitHub repository and then we can update this. But I will do this thing later. And now let's check out our other blocks. As we have seen, since GitHub is acting as the server, as soon as we update the JSON file and add new Markdown block files, our app fetch them and display the new content. Now I want you guys to take this project further by adding more functionalities. Think of this as your homework. I have two functionalities in mind. The first functionality you can add is a search bar, so users can quickly find a block instead of scrolling through all the blocks manually. The second feature is a favorite system. Here you can add a heart icon to each blocks so users can save their favorite blocks in one place. Then create a new screen where all their saved blocks will be displayed. These features will make your app more interactive and useful. Here we have completed our blog app where we use Jetpack Compose, Room Database, Ktor for networking, and GitHub as a backend. If you followed along, you now have a fully functional app, and I encourage you to keep building on top of it. Let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this series and what tutorial you want next. If you found this series helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe and share it with others who are learning Android development. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in the next tutorial.